Xbox One, 10 days in, what are our issues?
Yeah, now that the system's out in the wild, everybody's using it. We've had plenty of time with it. It is. I mean, there are some for as great as the system is, and there's a ton to love. There are some weird things about it that seemingly don't make sense. So, Destin, I will defer to you as the pseudo creator of the segment, the man
of the
D
Xbox
himself,
as D of Double D,
D of Double D, yeah, D1 of D2.
Well, so we've been noticing that there's a few really minor issues, but they're kind of compiling for the Xbox One. And I just wanted to go over a few, and I guess I'll start with mine.
Sure.
And, mine is data management. There is little to no data management with the Xbox One, and this is one of the things I really feel like they need to look at and figure out a way how to fix it. Like, I need to know how much hard drive space I have.
Yeah.
How is it managed? Are you automatically going to delete my games once my hard drive gets full?
Yeah, I'm done with Rise. Can I delete that instantly?
All they need to do is, on the settings menu, add a storage tile. So you can go in and, just like 360, it'll list every game, how much space it takes up, whether, what your save games and how much space those take up.
That's always a good thing. You pop into like demos, you're like, oh god, I have like 3 gigs of demos on here. I'm just gonna delete them all.
Right. Yep. Absolutely.
Exactly. So you can do that. You go to your My Games and Apps tab. You hit start on one game at a
menu.
time. Sure, menu.
You right click.
And you right click, and then you click on the game you want info about. You press start on it, and it will show you how big it is, and that's where you can uninstall one game at a time.
Right.
That just speaks to
which is how it was on 360 too. It was uninstall one game at a time. Although that would also wipe out.
The process to getting there is kind of a nightmare, though, and this is true of most of the interface in that everything drills down rather than just being there, right? Because you have to go in one menu, which takes you to another, which takes you to another, which takes you to another. Like just put it all out there.
We're on the 4th level. I need the kick to get out of here.
We've already talked about this though, but this is just these menus are built for Kinect.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the way to access things quickly is by using Kinect, and that's great unless you don't really want to use Kinect.
Well, yeah, that's I agree. Like it feels like Kinect is something of a solution to a problem that Microsoft themselves created that didn't need to exist.
Yep, exactly.
Not Kinect, the problem. The problems don't need to exist, and Kinect fixes problems that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, which is great. But like at the same time, like if I don't know, I have a 1-bedroom apartment, or I only have a single bedroom. If my girlfriend's sleeping, I don't want to be yelling at my Kinect.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I was going to set up a game yesterday, and I didn't have Kinect plugged in. I just had it at my desk, just plugged it in and went. And there was, I think it was a game clip or something, like something cool happened, and I wanted to record it, and then I remembered, nope, there's no easy way to do this on the controller. It's not like I can press back and then record.
Yeah. To do that on the controller, you need to exit the game, go to My Game DVR, open it up, hit start recording, and then you can start recording and stop recording. I don't know if you can still do the last 30 seconds
terrible.
though.
Right. And the solution created to the problem that didn't need to exist was just use Kinect and say Xbox record that.
Yeah.
I think
sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys. We've heard from a lot of podcast listeners that when we say these things, their Xbox freaks out.
Xbox, turn off. Yes.
Direct your hate mail to @MitchyD on Twitter. Oh my goodness, they all hate you right now
I really hope that
so
works.
much.
Somewhere in the world that works.
So much. You just, oh my god.
So anyway, we all did have different topics. Mine was data management. To fix it, that's the part that I wanted to add, is how we think they should fix it. For
let's
me,
make it constructive.
Just put it at the bottom. Just let me know how much hard drive space I have, and also give me an option, like you said, where everything's listed and how big they are. Maybe allow me to sort by file size. So if I'm like, I'm not using the 40 gigs of NBA anymore, I can
delete that's and 49 gigs of Call of Duty. Those are the two biggest games so far.
Man, that's a lot of gigs.
So that's my solution. What about you guys? Do you guys have
Marty?
issues that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, mine speaks to a bigger problem of just the general layout of Windows 8. I'm not a big fan of how the dashboard looks.
Metro.
Metro.
Ride the Metro.
Wait, isn't it modern now? Like they were like, we don't like Metro, so call it modern.
I don't know. It's Metro's what everybody knows.
Squares.
The UI.
Squares. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's weird. I understand like what they're going for, but to me, every time I turn it on, it seems like what I want to do is not front and center.
It's a tablet interface on a controller.
So, but let me ask you a little more about that, though, because it does put the things you've done most recently right on the bottom of the home screen, and then you do have your pins right just on the left.
Yeah.
So what kind of bothers you about
it?
To
me, I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but my favorite Microsoft interface so far has been the Blade system.
Yes.
Right.
I totally agree with you.
And I think just how fast that was, how quick it was, how easy it was to sort of tab through. It had a it had like almost a tactile feeling, like you were like looking through a magazine.
Flipping through a page.
Yeah. And I want something more like that, because there are a lot of things you're going to want to do here. You're going to want to do entertainment things. You're going to want to look at your games. You're going to want to look at what games you have in your hard drive. You're going to want to manage things. You're going to want to go to your friends list. And I feel like the quickest way to do that is by being able to sort of sort through the magazine that is the dashboard.
And you used to just memorize it, right? Like you would know, okay, if I hit left bumper, that's achievements, downloads, got it. If I go right, it's settings, games, movies, apps, got
Absolutely.
It. And now it's like I used Forza most recently, so it's there now. Well, where the hell is the other thing that was there?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Like,
there's no consistency.
When you first fire up the system, the settings menu is one of those ones and the settings menu can be really useful because there's all the power settings, there's various things, and if you do something else, that disappears, and you're like, where did it go? And then you can't find it unless you use Kinect.
Start, go to settings, or go to My Games and Apps, and then open settings.
Right.
There.
Yeah, and I think I mean that also kind of speaks to the problem of having to dive 4 menus in to get to what you want. And I don't know, in terms of how to solve that, like
have less of it.
Have less of it. Make it more customizable. I don't know.
Give me more main screen.
I think the solution is streamline the process. Right now, having to go 3 menus deep, that's not easy. It's not intuitive.
Don't let me drill down, right? Like, just put everything on one screen. Let me just shuffle left and right like I used to. That was super effective. I loved that.
That kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about, which, Destin, you and I actually did a video about this that's on IGN now. But I'm a little disappointed at how convoluted the achievement system is now.
Totally agree.
It was a brilliant system on 360. Microsoft invented it, for 360. It has been since copied by everyone. Even Nintendo has a form of achievements. But now it's literally another app that runs. When you get an achievement and it's like, hey, cool, you got an achievement, hold down the Xbox button on the controller for details. So you hold it, then it launches
your notifications.
Right.
It doesn't go to achievements right away. It doesn't go to your achievement thing.
So then it tells this, and then you drill into that, and then
you go to the achievement app.
Right. Then you go to, and then what if see, for me on 360, when I would get an achievement, or usually the first achievement, but even sometimes anytime I would get one, pull it up, and then want to see, okay, what are the rest of the game's achievements?
Exactly.
So I can see, like, what are the easy ones I can go get or whatever.
Or it gives you a sense of how far you are in the game.
That, too. And here, that is gone now. It's because you have to, that's somewhere else. And it's just not, it's not right there in front of you. And I think they've, like, it looks super pretty.
Giant JPEGs of, it's sweet car shots and stuff.
It makes you feel like it makes you feel like it is a neat thing that you've just done. However, it's just too much for its own good. Sure. I think if they just dialed it back, make it a little simpler, and just make it. I mean, I don't know if they can make it faster because they've turned it into an app.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I think it's a little too much for its own good.
Yeah, sure. I mean, with certain things, especially that you don't need a flashy presentation, you just need a quick way to be able to look at data.
Yeah,
and be able to analyze it very quickly.
Exactly.
So, Ryan, what's your solution for that?
Maybe have it go straight to a 360 style. Like I just feel like it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and they fixed what wasn't broken. When you get an achievement, when an achievement toast pops up, hold your Xbox button, and it just comes up to the full a full list of the game's achievements with everything you want to know. And then if you want to drill down into that to read more specifically, like to see your big pretty art for your whatever achievement you just got, give me that. But give me everything right away rather than make me drill and drill and drill for it.
I think your solution kind of goes with Marty, is just like fix the UI. It's all these are UI issues that we've talked about so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's the good thing, is that all of these aren't like problems that we can't imagine a fix to.
Right.
Yeah. They've even said they are going to update.
Sure.
system.
Yeah.
Now, Mitch, I know the elephant in the room, the one that everybody at home is going, what about
Party chat?
that one?
Because Party chat is totally broken.
What?
Party chat sucks.
Again, we want to be constructive here, so we'll talk about it. But it really, this is the one aspect of the system where it is like they had it perfect. They had a system that even more so than achievements was copied.
Yeah.
That was the model. 360 did it great.
Yep.
Both direct chat, party chat, anything you want to do, it was right there. It was easy. What happened?
So what happened is they added layers and layers of problems. Things that don't need to be there. So the first
did anyone that worked on party chat even use it on 360?
Probably not. Apparently not, because when you open party chat, if it works at all, which is a problem because party chat is still inconsistent about its reliability. You might try to start a chat and it might just say, "Nah, party chat's not working right now. Go away." The other thing is when it starts, why isn't party chat just on by default?
Yeah,
Why do I have to activate a party? I invited people to a party. I'm going to invite them, but I don't want to talk to them.
That's that happened to me yesterday with so the Peggle 2 review codes went out. That's what I'm working on now is the review of that for next Monday on IGN. But so some other friends in the game media they sent me a party invite and we got a little Peggle 2 multiplayer going, which is like great. But I put my headset on, like hello, anybody there? Nothing. And finally I'm like, okay, let me go see what's up here. So I had to go out of the game. I had to Xbox button out of the game.
Go to your party.
Because, again, this is when I didn't have, this is what I was talking about before, I didn't have my Kinect plugged in. So I had to go out of the game, launch Snap, go down to select party, and then turn on party chat. And then it was like, oh, there you guys are.
Preposterous, right? So once you're in chat, you also have the problem of periodically, like I was playing Call of Duty with some friends in the media the other night, and we could hear everybody in the game chat as well coming through our
weird.
TV. So you're in the party chat, plus you can hear people in the game, which is like, well, that's why I'm in a party, so I don't have to hear them. I don't care what other people on the internet have to say at all. I just want to hang out with me and my friends, and we'll have a good time together. Everyone else go away. Sorry, no offense. Party time with us. It's
party time with Mitch.
Yeah.
Party time with Mitch. Coming soon to IGN.com.
But they're just on at all times.
Yeah, and you can just hear everybody, which it defeats the purpose of having a party in the first place.
Absolutely.
Then we had frequent issues all around where everybody's party would stay active, but you would hear the other people in the party coming through the TV, and your voice would go through your Kinect.
Oh, no.
So suddenly half our party sounded really far away, or we couldn't hear them, or you couldn't hear anything through your headset. It's like, if this is plugged in, why is coming through the TV even an option?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Everything to do with party chat is just...
So how do we fix it? That's where we want to be above the internet fray here. How do we rectify the situation?
I feel like it's from the outside looking in, it appears to be quick technical fixes where by default you make party on.
Right. That would be great.
You don't default to the Kinect at any point. When I have a headset plugged in, I want to use the headset. Don't go to Kinect. Don't let other people's voice come through my speakers when I'm in a party. Like, I'm not there to talk to people in Call of Duty who can also hear me.
I mean, honestly, it sounds like the solution to the majority of our problems is just give us back what it was like on 360.
And that's the thing.
Honestly.
It's like,
Any other time I'd say, like, oh, change is scary, we'll adapt. Like, no, this is just it is worse.
New is not always better.
Something that wasn't a problem.
New is not always better.
Yeah.
And this is the case where they had it right.
When I hit the jewel, bring up that menu. Give me that menu. And I hit the jewel or the home button, I guess it's called now. But they put
in
the
a fancy controller with a jewel.
The home button functionality. That's what it was called.
My controller is made of diamonds.
That's what it was called on 360. The center button was called
the jewel of the Nile.
Also, you called it. What did you call it? A toast?
That's Microsoft terminology.
Toast.
Yeah. When you get any notification for an achievement or whatever, that is called a toast.
I call it popping bottles.
That's Marty terminology right there. I will say though, one thing they definitely got right. The D-pad.
Oh, that D-pad's nice.
Yeah, it feels good. It's using the keyboard is super easy, which is nice.
Because
letters.
I was firing up. I had to grab a 360 pad for something today and input something on the D-pad. And after having used the Xbox One D-pad, it was just like, oh yeah, this really was trash.
Yeah.
They fixed it so good on Xbox One.
Has been on my 360 controller for 2 years.
Yeah. It's gonna make fighting games. It's gonna make 2D kind of side-scrolling games. It's gonna make platformers. It's gonna make them real nice.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. Thank you, everybody on Twitter who reached out. A lot of the issues we talked about today were the same issues people on Twitter were having. So, yeah.
So be sure to tune into the rest of Podcast Unlocked right now if you're listening on audio. Otherwise, look us up, Podcast Unlocked on iTunes.